What happens when you tell humanity they can't do something? They don't argue. They don't protest. They just smile, and then they break every rule in the universe to prove you wrong. This is the story of the most dangerous ship ever built, not because of its weapons, but because of what it represented. Picture this. The Galactic Council, think of them as the United Nations, but for aliens, made one thing crystal clear. Humans, you don't get to build warships, ever. The agreement was simple. For the peace of the stars, they said. No human vessel would carry weapons of war. We smiled. We signed the papers. We nodded our heads like obedient children, and then we disappeared. For 50 years, Earth went completely silent. No communication, no updates, nothing. The other alien species started whispering. Humans are reckless. They're dangerous. They're unpredictable. But here's what they forgot, and this is important. Humans are builders. It's in our DNA. And when you tell us we can't build something, that's when we become unstoppable. Rumors started spreading. Somewhere past Saturn, at the very edge of our solar system, something massive was under construction. The Council didn't believe it at first, so they sent inspectors to check it out. None of them came back. They sent drones. Just static. White noise. Nothing. They sent threats. We didn't respond. Now, fast forward 50 years. The Council organized this huge celebration on Helios Prime, their capital world. The anniversary of the Weapons Prohibition Act. Fireworks lighting up the sky. Songs about unity and peace. Everybody's patting themselves on the back. And then the sun went out. Not literally, but you get the idea. A shadow. Massive, silent, absolutely beautiful. Blotted out the light. Something appeared above their world. A ship, human design. And not just any ship. This thing was longer than an entire continent. Its armor was thicker than a moon's crust. The engines burned with this blue fire that literally bent gravity around it. The Council lost their minds. What is that? How did they build it? That's impossible. Then a voice cut through the chaos. Calm, controlled, human. This is Captain Elias Vance of the Terran vessel Resolute. We're here to talk. The Council speaker tried to sound authoritative, but you could hear the fear in his voice. Humanity has violated the peace accord. You were forbidden from... Vance interrupted, clean, direct. We didn't build a warship. We built a promise. The chamber exploded. Alien delegates screaming. Lies! Deactivate their engines. They're threatening the balance. But Vance's voice stayed steady. Listen to what he said next, because this is where it gets real. We watched for centuries as the Council decided who gets to fight and who gets to fall. When your fleets burned our colonies, you called it order. When we defended ourselves, you called it rebellion. You could hear the steel in his words, the anger, the pain. Generations of being told to sit down and be quiet, so we decided not to ask permission anymore. The Council wasn't having it. Their orbital defenses powered up. Massive cannons, the kind that could vaporize planets, started charging. Every weapon they had pointed at the Resolute, and then they fired. A storm of energy so bright it could blind gods. Beams that had destroyed entire fleets. All of it hitting this ship at once. The Resolute didn't dodge. Didn't raise shields. It just absorbed it. The energy didn't bounce off or get deflected. It folded into the ship, lighting up these glowing veins across the hull like living lightning. A Vulcan commander screamed, "Impossible! That ship violates every known law of physics." Vance chuckled. Actually chuckled. We found a few new ones. Then the Resolute started to change. Panels shifted. The space around it literally bent and twisted. One of the Council scientists whispered, terrified, "They've weaponized space-time itself." The speaker shouted, desperate now, "Human! What is your purpose here?" And the reply came like thunder. "We built this ship because you told us not to. We built it because peace isn't peace when only one side has power." Pause on that for a second. Peace isn't peace when only one side has power. That's the heart of everything, Vance continued. We don't seek war, but if war finds us again, we'll end it in a single heartbeat. An Archon delegate hissed, "You would destroy us all?" And here's where Vance says something that changes everything. "No, we'll protect you. Because that's what humans do. We build when others destroy. We endure when others surrender. We dream when others stop believing." His voice got quieter. More human. "You called us dangerous. You were right. But not because we crave war, because we understand it. For the first time in millennia, the Galactic Council had nothing to say. This ship, this impossibility, hung above them like a watchful guardian, its engines humming with a rhythm that sounded almost like a heartbeat. Finally, the speaker whispered, broken, "If this ship is not a weapon, then what is it?" Vance smiled. "It's a reminder." He pressed a command. The Resolute opened a massive bay door, and inside, thousands of smaller ships, drones, habitats, each one bearing the insignia of different alien species, every one of your refugees, the ones you left behind during your wars. We found them. We brought them home. Gasps echoed through the chamber. The Council had abandoned these people, forgotten them, and humanity, the species they'd tried to control, had saved them. You built a warship to save people? No, Vance said quietly. We built a sanctuary. But how? With what resources? Vance's smile faded. And this next part? This is the sacrifice nobody talks about. We traded time for progress, lives for knowledge. Our scientists aged decades in minutes. Entire generations lived and died to finish this ship. But they did it willingly. The weight of that hung in the air. Children who would never see Earth again. Scientists who gave up their entire lives. All for this moment. Because somewhere out there, a child looked up at the stars and said, "One day we'll build something no one can take from us." The Resolute began to turn. Those impossible engines pulsed, deep, resonant, alive. "We'll leave your orbit now," Vance said softly. "But understand this, we won't be told what we can't build. Not again." And with a flash of light that bent the laws of reality itself, the Resolute vanished. No warp tunnel. No engine flare, just gone. For years after, the galaxy searched for it. Some claimed they saw it at the edges of dying stars, saving colonies no one else would. Others whispered it was building something even greater. And deep in the Council archives, beside humanity's file, a new note appeared. Species exhibits non-compliance with containment protocols. Technological advancement, indeterminate. Status, unstoppable. Because that's what we do. Humanity doesn't obey limits. We outgrow them. We outthink them. We outbuild them. And when someone looks us in the eye and says, "You can't," we smile. And we whisper back, "Watch us." If this story gave you chills, hit that like button. Drop a comment telling me what you would name a ship like the Resolute. And subscribe because we're just getting started with these sci-fi deep dives. Until next time. Keep dreaming impossible dreams.